Hey guys, come on in, come on in. So we're going to get started a little bit early today. Sorry to fake a lot of you out. We're going to jump inside of Unity and we're going to work on a level design using ProBuilder. And this is our first level. It's kind of funny. We've been trying to get to this moment all week. And I think finally, we're here. And I did want to say a huge thank you to the new students who joined Full-Time Game Dev yesterday. Full-Time Game Dev is my massive program which teaches you everything I've learned about making games and how to go full-time and how you can do it too. I want to thank Tier Thanker. That's kind of funny. I'm going to thank her. Tier Thanker. That's kind of funny. Bruno and then Massimiliano. That means the world to me, guys, that you would join the program and honestly pursue your dreams like that. That's pretty awesome. And by the way, guys, if you do want to join today and over the weekend, there's just 5 coupons from this stream. They're generated today from this stream. So if you want to join the program, use the code below. And you're going to get full-time game dev for 50% off. But there's just 5 available. These are going to sell out today and over the weekend. They always do. And also you're going to get 2D Art Pro and Stream My Game and Easy 3D, which are my other programs, totally free, but only for this event. You also get a free t-shirt, which is pretty sweet. So be sure to check out the link below. Guys, you're going to learn how to secure 6 figures from publishers, 6 figures from Kickstarter with just a demo. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds like a pipe dream, but that's normal. That's how a lot of indies do this, and that's how I've done it multiple times. You also learn C#, Unity, 2D and 3D art tutorials, and a ton of art tutorials here. So there's a lot to learn here, 3D and 2D, and hey, a free t-shirt, which is always awesome. So click below and check it out. And by the way, if you're a student, let us know in the chat, and I'll say hello to you on the other side. Let us know what you think about the program. All right, I will see you on the other side, guys. Let's go. By the way, guys, feel free to download my free 2D game kit below. It's totally free. It's my treat to you. I used this exact 2D game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and then I got to play it in front of his subscribers, which was really awesome. So download that. Use it however you want. It's my treat to you. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys, let me do a quick breakdown of what we've got in this scene, what I worked on last night. I've been working late nights lately. And by the way, hello, Mini Tom and Jay Wesley. Both of you are students at the program. That's awesome. And for those of you who aren't students, that's okay too. Hello, Derek, Moonstriker, Rudscrack, Spixie. Hey, Massimiliano. Welcome. It's awesome that you supported the stream, but more importantly, it's awesome that you became a student. That's so cool. All right, guys, so we're going to do a Q&A at the end of this live stream, but while we're inside of Unity, we're going to actually be making a level. Now, I wanted to show you what I made yesterday and last night, okay? So let's hit play here and take a look. So there's a lot of stuff. This is just classic game dev, but like there's a lot of stuff that you have no idea needs to be worked on all behind the scenes. So an example is spawn points. Where am I going to spawn? When I save, where do I spawn, right? All sorts of saving questions that I've finally solidified, and I've done that outside of these live streams. What I did last night, this was a big one, and nobody noticed it, at least I don't think so, but it's been driving me crazy, and that is the footstep sounds were not relevant to the actual floor texture. Now we're using ProBuilder, and we'll talk about ProBuilder in a second, because we're going to be using it today. But ProBuilder, I had to figure out how to identify which texture is what. And now our footprints, or footprint sounds, feet sounds, are related to carpet. Get out of here. And also tile. You can hear it right there, okay? All right. And that's also true of wood. And it's also true of grass. It depends on what texture you're standing on. And the way that we did this, and I didn't want to live stream this because honestly, this is one of those things you just don't live stream because it's kind of confusing. And also it's humiliating because it took me a while to figure out. We have this very cool scriptable object called Sound Manager, and inside of it is this sort of dictionary. I don't know what you call it, a dictionary or a list of our textures and their associated footstep sounds. Okay, so if we're on this red texture here, it's going to play one of these random sounds here. The same is true of the marble and the wood and the grass. And you find all that out with a raycast. So that's what we worked on last night, and it was a real pain in the butt, but we've got it done. So what we're going to do is, this is awesome. What we're going to do is work on the first real level of the game. Finally work on the very first sort of flagship level. So we're going to create a new scene from a template. And the template we're using is the scene template. We're going to click create. And it's going to include all of our, we can call level 2. It's going to include all of our necessary objects. Our game manager, our startup, and then our first person controller. We're going to create a new Pro Builder, what's called a polymesh, and we're going to bring in a map that I've created here. While this imports, I'm going to show you the map. Okay, so this is a map I worked on yesterday, and it's just a very simple first level map. Okay, it looks a little complicated here, but it's actually not. It's going to be pretty easy to beat. So you walk into the lobby. There's an elevator here. You go around this loop, collect some keys, go upstairs, collect a big key over here. Go all the way around, get the golden ticket, right? Every level you have to get the golden ticket. And the golden ticket gets inserted into the elevator, and then you go up the elevator. So that's all we really do here. Our inspiration is one of the dumbest shows on the planet, in my opinion. Because it's not actually scary. American Horror Story. This is from their hotel season. And this is the Hotel Cortez. It's a dumb show, but man, this set design is awesome. So we're definitely going to use this as an inspiration for this first level, okay? So now that Unity has created our new, oh my goodness, it's frozen. What the heck? Look at this. This is crazy. Let's try and close Unity here. Looks like we have an issue. And got stuck in something. Some kind of weird loop. Okay, let's see here. Let's go to Unity. And by the way, just, those of you just joining us, just remember that you can get full-time game dev 50% off today. So check the link below if you're interested. There are just 5 codes available for today. And I will not be live streaming in October. At least I don't think so. So it's not like we're going to be doing this all the time. So if you want to get that full-time game dev program for a significantly discounted price, because you're getting all these free programs with it, check it out below. Hello, Jay Wesley and Jasper and Amithshwar and Leonardo. Welcome, welcome, guys. Man, we've got some issues today, guys. Lots of issues with Unity. So basically what we need to do with the polymesh is we're going to actually take this, export it as a PNG, and then draw the polymesh over top of it. And we're actually using a grid size here of 4 units. And let's make sure we position it properly, okay? So we're going to go to our grid. It's actually an image. And I'm just going to position it properly so that it's lined up nice and clean here, okay? So let's go ahead and export this as a PNG as Unity loads up. Man, lots of weird stuff going on today. That's okay. You know, Unity is one of those things where it's like, I don't know, it's kind of like a girlfriend or a boyfriend. You don't really know how they're going to act the next day, but you still love them. You work through it. Sometimes you just get a weird sensation of like, today Unity just doesn't like me, and that's okay. All right, let's go to level 2 here. Looks like it did create itself. That's good. And it made a terrain for us, which is good. We've got our first-person controller, but we don't have any spawn zones. So what we want to do is just bring in some spawn points, okay? There's our spawn points. And let's go ahead and position the first spawn point, which is spawn point A. I'm just going to put it right here for now. This is spawn point A, and that's where I'm going to spawn. If I don't spawn here, we got ourselves a problem. We're going to clear all of our saves and hit play. Good, there we go. So we spawned on our terrain. All right, so we've made our first level. That's great. We're not going to have any terrain for this level, so we're going to delete that. And let's go ahead and jump back to Photoshop, and we're going to export this PNG. Okay. I don't need this, or this, or this, or this. The elevation key over here, I don't really need that either. I don't need that. Okay, what we're going to do is just crop this here. Just crop it to that location, to that window, or what am I trying to say? To that little square. So I'm going to go to crop, and then I'm going to just export this as a PNG, or yeah, it's fine. We can just do a PSD, honestly. And we're going to take it to Father, Unity, Father, Assets. We're going to go to Art. We're going to go to Other, and we're going to do Maps. And this is going to be level 2 map. Okay, save that. Now we can bring this into Unity as a sprite. Okay, so I'm going to create a new 2D object, sprite, a nice little square, and then I'm going to drag in level 2 on top of it. You want to make sure that it's set up as a sprite, right? Hit apply. We can drag that right over on top of our, actually we can just drag it into our scene. We don't even need to create a new one like that. So we'll just drag it in, okay? And then I'm going to set it to 90 degrees. You know, getting a level started up or initiated is really the hardest part of making games. It is exhausting because it takes forever just getting everything perfect. We're using a grid size, guys, of 4 units, right? So we have these 4 units here, so we want to make sure that we scale her up to the size of our grid units, okay? So that's actually 4 by 4. Very good. So keep going. I believe this is good. We'll see. Where's my grid? Looks like I don't have it. Okay, so I need to bring that grid in. I'm gonna just go to our pattern fill here. Oh my goodness, we don't have the pattern. Why? I'm gonna go back in time here. Looks like we got an issue, guys. Okay, there's our pattern. There's our pattern. All right, so now let's merge all this together. Honestly, we could just keep it the way it is. I'm going to save it. Well, I don't see why we'd need to crop it or anything. So let's just bring it into Unity. Okay, there it is. All right. And it should now have those grid sizes. So now that we've actually got a PSD here, we can actually tweak it inside of Photoshop to get an idea. Or like, just, I guess, even make the grid size here a little bit more opaque like that. So we can really see how it relates to our grid size here, right? So I'm going to scale her up. There we go. And let's make sure she's pretty big, the resolution, okay? So we're going to go from 2048 to 8192. It's going to give us nice, clean, crisp lines here. There we go. And we're almost done. If we go to our view here, our top view isometric, hopefully that'll give us a good idea of where we should move her. Okay, so yeah. So I'm going to take this, go to isometric view. There we go. If we center her up in this little grid here, we should be good. Almost there, guys. You really want it to be perfect so that you can just draw right on top of it. And I am curious if it is perfect. Let's see here. Oh, looks like we have an issue. Darn it. We need to move our grid. For some reason it keeps moving. Save that. And now we should be able to just move our sprite down like this and line it up. Okay. So the question is, are we lined up all the way down here? It looks like we are. Okay, guys. So we've got our level 2 map. Now the question is, where do you put it on the y-axis? Well, you don't want it at 0. You can have it at the x and the z at 0, but y we're going to do something like probably like 100, honestly, 100y. There we go. So now we can go scroll up like this and look at it from top view. Okay, so this is our map from top view, and we can even drop down the opacity. Okay, that's the theory. That's the theory. Let's go ahead and actually set it to 0 and set a box collider onto it, because I just want to see when I run around on this map what it looks like. Okay, can't I move? What? I can't move. Was I like, maybe I spawned inside of it? I don't know. Let's get out of isometric mode here. No? No? I think I made it too big. So let's put a jump cube here. See, I told you it takes forever getting this stuff started. Yeah, I think I made it way too big. That doesn't make sense though. I'm curious as to why. We'll set that at 0. The Y position is 0, and then the Z 0. That way we can move the Let's move the spawn point A to 0, 0, 0. I think I was just falling, honestly. So there's our spawn position, right, at 0. And then this guy here we can move down right below it, okay? And it looks like we could do -4, and that's going to be perfect, okay? So let's remove our map and hit play and just make sure we can move. Okay, can I move? I can, good. This is creepy. Okay, but that's great. That's great. All right, so now the map is freaking huge. So I was totally wrong. What we need to do is scale it down. So it's probably a good idea when you're starting a new level just to start the player on a cube that's, in our case, it's actually, the cube is 8 by 8, 8 by 8 by 8. So we're gonna be doing 4 by 4 by 4, right? So it's actually gonna be 2 of these units here inside, just like that, see? So if I go to isometric mode and zoom in and just scale up, it should fit right nice and snug within the context of our grid. Okay? That's the idea, guys. Now let's just go to various locations and see if it works. Okay. Yep. Good. Okay, so the grid is pretty much lined up. It's not perfect, but I think it gets the job done. Okay. All right, so now we can actually hit play here. We can delete the black double jump here, or the block double jump here. Delete that block, and now we can walk on top of it. And we can see if it's scaled properly, okay? So this is our elevator. So you get in the elevator like this. So this is how the hallways are gonna look. Good, okay. I feel like I'm really slow. I'm not sure why. Okay. So this is going to be our foyer area. Pretty big, right? So let's double check. Over here is our entrance. Okay. So you walk in. Can I jump across this? I don't know why I feel like I'm moving so slow. I think it's just because there's no verticality here. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, over here is going to be our attic zone. Oh, actually, this is the other side. Looks like it might be flipped upside down. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's going to work. The size is pretty good. I'm curious if it needs to be a little bit bigger, because it feels a little small, and I'm glad that we're identifying this now. So that's our elevator. Yeah, it feels like I'm too tall. I don't know. Let's just get let's lay out some objects, okay? I've always found this really helps when you just lay out some objects. Like for example, I know we want stairs, right? So we have these stairs here, and we're gonna turn on snapping. If I can place our stairs here, we'll get a better idea of if our world is actually too small or too big, right? So we'll turn on, we got increment snapping of 0.25. This is set to 4, good. Good, okay. So let's put 2 of those there. See what I'm doing here, guys? I'm just using the map as a way of kind of figuring out where things are placed. So this is definitely not Thomas's style. I'm not a planner, not usually. But when you're making a bigger game and you're working with a team and it's 3D and there's a lot of moving pieces, you've got to make sure you're doing it right. So there's our stairs. Let's see how it all moves. And then there's going to be up here the second floor, or like this this hallway. So the hallway will be up elevated, okay? Okay. And it looks like our occlusion calling is causing a problem. That's okay. Okay. I feel like the player's just too tall. I could be wrong. Let's see, what else can we place to see if we're too tall here? Probably, I think a walker. Let's place a walker. Honestly. So there's our walker. Let's go ahead and bake the nav mesh, right? So in this case, we're going to have this massive level that he can walk on. We're just going to bake that nav mesh, guys, okay? Let's hit bake. And it should show up below his feet. Huh. So for some reason, this won't bake. I wonder if it's because it's a sprite renderer. It could be. I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and create a cube here. Yeah, I don't know actually, but we'll keep the enemy there. We just need to see his height. Just want to make sure everything's proper. Size is like is going to be the most important thing to understand. Yeah, I'm too tall. I knew it. So it looks like, hey, it looks like the box collider we're on is too thick. I knew it. I knew something was wrong. Okay, that's okay. We're gonna set the Z to 0. Okay, that's such a relief. I was really worried. Okay, let's take a look at the size now. I still feel like I'm a little too tall. No, we're good. We're good. All right, guys. So this is the size of our map, right? It's not huge. It's the first level. So I think this is a good size. Big old foyer here. I like it. All right, guys. We're ready to get started. Let's create. This is going to be crazy. When you see this, it's going to blow your mind. Those of you who haven't used Pro Builder, this will probably blow your mind. I do want to make sure though that our sprite is rotated properly. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of flipped in the wrong direction. So if I hit play here, I want to make sure that everything's lined up properly. Elevators right here. Okay, we'll move the stairs over. There's a locked door here. Okay, good. All right, so we're gonna do the first floor, okay? Let's do the first floor. And it looks like we need to, even rotate it like this. I'm trying to figure this out, hold on. If I place a 3D object, where is yep, that's forward, okay. So that's probably what we need to do right there. Okay, we're gonna lock this. And then that way we can start placing our Pro Builder mesh, okay? Spawn point A, where does spawn point A need to be? Well, we're gonna move it over here, guys. Spawn point A is right here. I'm gonna put it right here for now because Felipe is still working on it. It's basically called a transition piece, and it's a hallway with a door. And we can use it over and over again when we're loading into a new loading into a new level. Okay, let's move these stairs over, just get them set up properly. Why not, you know? We've got them center, there we go. Why not set them up? If they're already here, go ahead and put them down. That'll help us get an idea of the sort of size of everything too, so that's always good. This guy over here, we need to move him back. Okay, we're almost at the point of getting Pro Builder set up. Half of me has a theory that I don't want to start a Pro Builder mesh because I get nervous that we're really moving forward with this thing. Like we're not in pre-production anymore. And I know it's been a long time. It's been like a year. But that's just because we've been going back and forth with a ton of ideas, and that's my fault. But we are officially like in production mode. We are making a game now. Hey Hector, how you doing, buddy? Guys, please feel free to welcome Hector. Hector is my personal assistant. He answers a lot of my emails. He helps with the online course. He also does sound effects for this game, and he's a really good friend too. All right, let's go ahead, guys. Let's start our Pro Builder mesh. What I'm going to do is create a new, or open up window, tools, Pro Builder. Open up the Pro Builder window, and let's get going, okay? If we're in isometric mode, which we are we? No, we are not. There we go. All right, we're in isometric mode. And come on, Thomas, just start. We're ready to go here. So we're going to create a new poly shape, and this is going to be fun, guys. We want to make sure the snapping is turned on, and it looks like it's not. And hey, the grid's all screwed up too. So like I said, we're never going to start, right? I'm just too nervous. Let's position it properly here. And actually, let's just do everything here. There we go. Okay, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Okay, we're in isometric mode now. What is happening? I just can't get going. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's create a new poly shape. Yep, snapping is not turned on yet. You got to set the rotation tool to global for snapping to work. Don't ask me why, but that's the way it is. All right, let's start with the first floor. Ready, guys? Okay. I'm going to say first floor is just this foyer. So I would just say something like this, actually. And it looks like there's I wonder what that is over there. That would be some kind of cool underside here. So let's do that. And then conclude. And all we need to do is extrude up, okay? My theory is we need to extrude something like 32 high, okay? And then we're going to invert the normals. So now, when we hit play, we are now inside of a building. It's this fast. It's pretty amazing, honestly. So here's our building. And we'll turn this map off so it's not rendering. But this is our foyer area, okay? We have a cool little nook over here, so I'm glad I decided to do an angle. That's kind of cool. We'll have a balcony above, right? But I also want to have some really big windows. So I want to make sure Felipe's made some really cool windows. So I want to make sure, let's actually just move the poly shape. I'm sorry, the level 2 map. Let's just move it down by 1. Okay, so we're not seeing that flickering, but we can still see it. There we go. It's actually down by 4. Okay, so if we go inside of this, guys, we can just quickly set up some lights, right? I have an ambient point light, just so we can see what's going on. I'm going to type in point light. Point light ambience. There we go. And we're not seeing any lighting because it's turned off, but we got to just do something like this. So we're going to do a big old point light ambient like this. And everything's super foggy. It's not going to look super foggy once we start adding elements. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. So let's just put that down here, okay? And I'm going to start adding those windows. Do you remember I was saying how I want really big windows that we just sort of see right away? Or they could be on maybe the sides, something like that. But I don't know, maybe not. Because half of me wants it to feel like Hotel Cortez, and there's like no windows. It's really creepy, right? So I wonder if maybe we just don't want to do windows. But we have this really tall one here that Felipe did an incredible job on. So I want to make sure that how tall this is, we can utilize it, okay? So it looks like we have plenty of room to put in these windows. We could put it right here, you know, and then put it into that position there. I'm going to put these here just for now. Okay, just so this is the entrance to the hotel, so that's going to be pretty cool. So again, let's hit play and just look at it and see what it looks like. Who made the level map? That was me. I'm the level designer and the art director. So far it's looking pretty sweet. Honestly, it's very dark, so we're gonna definitely need to add some lighting and all that. But overall, it's looking great. By the way, we're not using any directional lights. We're not using any directional lights. Directional lights are great. It's just when you have some objects with back faces like these, they cast shadows. I guess you could turn off casting shadows, but it's like when you're only inside, it just doesn't really make sense to have a directional light, I don't think, personally. So okay, we can have plenty of room for these windows, so I'm just gonna leave those there. We could probably take them and just slap them one unit more. Yeah, like that. You could barely see them, but that's where they'll be, okay? Because we're gonna need to cut out, and Flippy will do all this. When he gets back in the office, he's gonna cut out from the Pro Builder mesh from the wall, okay? Let's turn off the fog so that we can actually see what we're freaking doing. So there is our entrance here. Now I want to just compare it, right? So we have some chandeliers. I want to be comparing everything. Scale is so important. You really want to make sure. There's a big old chandelier that he made. Where is it? There it is. You want to make sure the scale is set up properly. Scale is so important. So we're going to do a big old chandelier right here and position it nice and snug at the top here, okay, so that is perfectly lined up into the ceiling. So I believe that'll do. Isn't that snug? Yep, it's snug. Okay, so we have this really cool Art Deco chandelier hanging there, right? I want him centered. The question is he, right? Well, let's double check. Almost. So we're just going to put them right there in those squares. Just look at his center point here and get him nice and centered up. Yes. That looks great. We could even do this. So he's nice in the middle. So let's hit play, just double check. Look how cool this looks already, guys. Very cool. Spooky. Very spooky. Okay, it also helps to just go ahead and place a weapon. If we can place a weapon down, we can get a really good idea of, again, scale. Scale is so important. I'm going to say it a million times. If you don't know the scale of your level, and you can't, in your brain, you can't really comprehend, okay, how big is everything? Don't even start designing. Don't do any set dressing. You really should have a great idea of what the size of everything is. Okay, so again, if we place objects, just a few objects, maybe some coins, and give ourselves a gun, we get a really good idea of how big this little interior foyer is. And I think it looks pretty good. It's about the size of like Resident Evil's foyer in GameCube, so that's great. I'm probably going to drop down that fog. It's a little intense, isn't it? Let's go to our lighting tab and bring this fog down. That's ridiculous. It's at 70. What in the world? It should be at 150. This will give us a really good idea of how big this room is. I think we should make it even less. Yeah. But overall, pretty good. Pretty good. All right, guys. That looks awesome, right? So let's go to our top view of our map and consider what else we need to do here. Well, we need a hallway that takes us to this area here, okay? So we're going to create a new poly mesh, poly shape, And this is just the first floor down here, okay? Looks like our map moved a little bit there, but that's okay. So that's actually the top floor. But we can do a lower second floor here too as well. Or for the first floor. And that's what this is right here, okay? So we're just going to create our little poly mesh here. I'm thinking 32 is fine for now, okay? So we're going to do, no, yeah, 32 is fine. Is it? That's the question, is it? I think so. Okay, so let's bring ourselves into this area now. Just make sure it all looks good. Let's put a little ambient light here. Just a little point light in here. Point light ambience. There we go. And these are going to be baked, guys, right? So we'll bake everything and it's going to look really, really pretty. Remember, when you bake things, you don't really have to worry about too many lights, right? So this is going to be basically a little conference room. That's about what we want it to be here. So we can actually just move our spawn point. So spawn point 1, or spawn point A, I can just press Control-Shift-F, and there it is. And then if I clear the save data, I'll spawn in this room. Here we are. Okay, so this is where the foyer is. So we come out over here. There will be a roof over us, or a second floor right here. And then it will be just this little conference room. Sweet, I like it. It's exactly what I was thinking. So that's perfect. And then you'll drop down through a hole into this area here. This will be like a little storage room. Okay. Hey, it looks pretty good. So what I'm going to do actually is take this poly shape. And I'm going to create, look, we can change the extrusion. I'm going to say, look, 16 is all it needs to be. But then I'm going to take it and I'm going to paste another one on top. Okay? That way, this is the second floor, right? And that's the first floor. Okay? And because there's no back faces, we're not going to see any Z fighting. So that's actually pretty good news. Sweet. So let's see here. Let's see how this looks now. Let's hit play. We're seeing some weird lighting there. But is that correct, Thomas? Yeah, I think this is correct. Okay, yeah, this is our little conference room and it's 16 high. Perfect. Okay. That's great. I don't know what the issue is with the lighting though. We're seeing some weird lighting. I think it might be the point light. Yes, there's a point light right here and it's sort of coming through the walls. So I don't like that. Do you? Because I don't. I think it's just not snapping properly. I think it is. I maybe wonder if it'll be solved with baked lighting or maybe what you can do. Man, I don't know actually. Probably just need to bring the ceiling down just a little bit. So I was incorrect in my assumption there that we're not going to see any like Z fighting issues. But if you make the range smaller, maybe you'll solve the problem. No, it's still a problem. It might be just one of those things you can solve with a bake. But I'm going to put this down here as well. Okay. So now we have all these cool rooms stacked on top of each other. That's pretty sweet, right? And they're separate meshes. And the benefit of this is that now we can occlusion call these out. That's the benefit, right? With this poly mesh here, I wonder if we can edit the poly shape. And is it possible to add in here? Let's see here. What we might need to do, guys, is delete this one because I don't think I can just, I can't just edit the poly shape like that. So what we're going to do, we're going to delete that one. And what I'm going to do is create a new poly shape on top of this one. But I want to make sure I hide this and hide this because the poly shape on top of this one is going to be this second floor, which includes this secret passage. And then it goes all the way to this, right, which is this huge balcony. So we really need to be thinking about the second floor very intentionally here. So what I'm going to do is draw out the second floor. Just like this. Nope, wrong. Got to be thinking here. So you got to have the level in your head. It's pretty tough, actually. So there, yep. Got to be thinking about the second floor and how it looks. So draw that out here. This, yes. Darn. That'll need to be an extrusion, actually. So we'll extrude that one out. Yeah. And then this one just goes like this. Okay, there we go. So this is our second floor balcony. Actually, wrong. I'm just wrong again, guys. I'm so wrong. This can be its own mesh over top here. No. Well, maybe. I can't figure it out. I think I got it. What we want to do, man, this is definitely a learning curve for me. And I'm doing it live, right? Let's do the balcony first, okay, guys? Let's just get that out of the way. This is our balcony. Its extrusion is going to be by 0.5, okay? But it's not gonna. We're not gonna flip the normals, okay? So there we have our balcony, okay? That's great. What we want to do with this balcony, we want to position it a second floor high. The second floor is going to be at 16, okay? So we're going to put it all the way to 16. There it is, okay? This is why you really need to have a good understanding of your unit sizes. So there is our second floor balcony, right? Now we have some issues here. We might need to cut some out or something like that with our windows. But I'm going to delete the windows because I know that we can, those do fit, so we don't have an issue. Those were there just to tell us if they fit, okay? All right, so this floor extrudes by 0.5. That's good. We're going to create another sort of interior section right here, okay? So let's go to isometric mode and then draw our new poly shape here. And this is going to be our second floor. So it's going to be like this. And we'll extrude that out, that portion there. All right, good. So there's our second floor. It's going to be 16, okay? And then it's going to be flipped, all right? So now, if you take a look, guys, we have this floor here. And then we'll move this up to 16. Good. We may need to bring this one down by 0.5. Let's see here. Can we see the lip? Yeah, we can. So we bring him down by 0.5. So now we have this platform that will take us into this room. See that? There will be a hole in the ground over here. It takes us into this room, right? We'll turn this room on right now. So now it takes us down here, right? And then this will take us back to our foyer. See? So we just obviously have to cut these holes in these walls. But overall, it's definitely coming together, okay? Pretty cool. All right, so I'm glad we have a separate poly mesh here, which is that balcony, okay? So let's create the other balcony on the other side, all right? So in this case, we create a new poly mesh or poly shape. Actually, we need to hide this and hide this. And we're going to create this balcony on this side, okay? Yep. Sorry, I'm just thinking here. What needs to be what? Remember, 0.5 is our extrusion. We're not going to flip the normals. We're going to position it at 16 minus 0.5, which is 15.5. Okay? So our unit sizes, we decided at the very beginning of this project, they were going to be unit sizes of 4. So every square, every grid size is 4 Unity units. That's because the player can jump 4 Unity units. All right. So if you're making a Quake style game, or honestly any professional game, no, I know I'm like sort of sound cocky here, but if you're making a professional game, you really want to make sure that the unit sizes are super duper particular and they correlate to your gameplay. All right, so we have a balcony there and a balcony here. Very cool. Very cool. And what I think is important to note here is that this right here, this poly mesh here, we really screwed up because we should have had this cut here. Okay. Not a huge deal though, guys, because all we got to do, we can edit the poly shape like this. I believe we could do it like that, and then take these and just bring them over here. Just like that. So now we have, this is going to be cool over here. It's going to be like an elevated like platform that you can jump onto. I don't know. It just seems cozy. One of the things I'm trying to replicate here is that feeling whether you're in school or like an old church. I don't know if you guys grew up, going to church on like Wednesday nights. But that's what I did. And we would stay late and we would explore the church, this big, massive building with all the lights off except for just a few like emergency lights on. And it was so cozy when you found a little area like right here and the platform. Look at that. We've got an issue. What's the issue? And there's like a little platform there or something. I don't know. It's just exciting. Just little small things that you find. So it looks like we have an issue here, guys. It's positioned over. Huh. I wonder why. This guy is in a weird spot. I think I wasn't in isometric mode. Ethan says, Thomas, I know exactly what you mean about the cozy nooks and crannies of a church. Yeah, especially when you're a kid. It's so creepy. I love it. Okay, so we got some issues here. I'm going to try and position it perfectly here. There we go. So hold V and you grab a vertice, and then you just pull it and it snaps into the grid. So that's what I just did there. Okay, so pretty cool. This is obviously in the wrong position. So you want to make sure it's, remember, set to 15.5. And now we have this really cool sort of, is it called a mezzanine? That's what Felipe taught me. It's a mezzanine. And you can jump across it and then go over here into that hallway there. So really, honestly, not that complicated here in terms of creating this level, especially when you're utilizing various pieces. There's going to be a hole in this wall right here, okay? So what we need to do is at the very least we need to grab one of these edges and create an edge loop, okay? Why? Just give it to me. Okay, there we go. We're going to create an edge loop. So create, insert edge loop, there it is. And what I'm going to do is pull this edge loop down to the height of the stairs. See that? So that's actually 8 units high. Okay. That way we can cut out this completely. All right. So this is going to be a big old punched hole. Bang. Delete. Well, delete face. There we go. So there's a nice big hole getting punched right there. And that takes us to this whole section here. All right. So that hole is punched. There will be sort of platforms or walls under here. I believe what we could do is extrude this like that. Yeah. And we could take, I believe, these edges here and then do an insert an edge loop. Unfortunately, it adds it to the whole freaking thing, which is annoying. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to leave that to Mr. Felipe. He's much smarter than I with that stuff. So these will take us up, and over here you're going to have platforms as well. So what we could do is we could actually just create a a Pro Builder mesh for the platforms over here. And I think that's what we're going to do. Okay. So I'm going to create a new, not a Pro Builder mesh, a new poly shape. I'm going to take this, I'm going to take it all the way down here. And look how it just nice and cleanly snaps. And we're going to just do 16. Or I'm so sorry, 8. There we go. Come on. There we go. So now we have this beautiful platform over here, right? That you can walk on. And I want to make sure that it's not uncomfortable and I'm not bonking my head. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit play. We'll put the spawn point over here. And this is super duper important to get right, guys. You want to get all of this perfect before you're doing any sort of set dressing. So let's hit play, go to clear our saves and then hit play. And a lot of the tools you see me using are, built by me and my team. So if you're like, where's that tool? Where's clear all saves? Well, it doesn't exist, right? It's a Unity thing. So this is good. This is cool. It's like going to be like a cool little bar overhanging the foyer. I like it a lot. Awesome. Isn't it weird seeing the actual world like hanging out over there? It's like a little map. Awesome. Things are really looking cool in this room. I like it a lot. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and I think we're almost done here. Let's just create a new poly shape. Now, it's cool. You don't always have to go. You don't always have to, well, you might, sometimes you do. You don't always have to create a, or go to the top view here. You can just click and draw your poly shape. We'll see if my theory is correct here. Yeah, it's not. Sometimes you do need to go to top view mode to get it right here. I'm gonna do this. Come on, come on. Looks like snapping got turned off. Why is that? Boom. Look at that. It's confused. Oh my word, I don't like that. That's hilarious. We're getting some snapping issues. I really don't like that. Well, I'm just going to put it there for now, and then we can position them properly. Man, that's a pain. I wonder if we do need to go. Yeah, I know what's going on. So it's probably a good idea. Yes, now we know. Now we know. It's good to go to a top view mode here. Go to isometric mode. It's going to be a lot easier to do it this way. We could probably move this map up, actually, to like 25 so that we can see through it. Yeah, that's a much better idea. Okay, now we can do a new poly shape. And it's going to be, well, I'm curious about something, actually. Why did I do it that way? Let's go back into play mode here. I want to double check something. And I'll be much faster at this in future episodes, guys. I'm still learning. Is that going over it? Yeah, it is. So we need to either bring that in or that out. So what I'm going to do is probably bring it out or inside. So if I go to here and then I edit this poly shape, Jason, hold your thought. I know you're helping me out here and I want to get it. We're going to actually, let's set this to -5. Okay, go to edit mode here. I'm going to bring all of this in by a full 4 units. That way, yeah. Now, if we can't jump across this, we'll add a little platform here or something, because we do need to jump across this. Okay, good. So it's now 8 units. 8 units. Good. Okay, so that gives us 8 units over here as well. Sweet. All right, very, very good. Now, Thomas, speed up, buddy. Come on. Let's go to top view, isometric mode, and create a new poly shape below. And new poly shape. There we go. And this is going to be, again, We're going to extrude this by 8. Okay, there we go. And now let's go down here. It looks like we got a nice little platform down here as well that you can get to. But you'll notice that we can't get into this floor here, right? So we actually need to cut a hole through that. I believe that Jason was telling us what to do here. Basically, we need I think right here we need a loop cut, right, Jason? To be able to cut through that. So I'm not sure. I could just take this though. Yeah, I could just take this face here and just shift it over like this, so that you can go into the hall. Yeah, so what, over 2 more? Yep. Okay. And then I could actually probably just copy that, this whole object here. Well, no. We'll just create a new poly shape here. Extrude by 8. Okay, come on, poly, come on. There we go. And then now we can just position that here and here, and now bring it over. Yay. Okay, so now we can get to this little hallway here, right? Well, you know, I trust Felipe to make it pretty. He's going to be doing the set dressing, so I trust he'll do a good job. By the way, those of you just joining us, just remember that there is a huge discount for full-time game dev, 50% off for today and over the weekend. There's only 5 coupons left, though. These will sell out today and through the weekend, so if you want to join the program and join over 3,000 students worldwide, check it out below. All right. Hey, look. I could probably cut out a little hole there, but I'm not going to cut that out just yet. I think we're ready to go here. We probably need to extrude this little platform. So the question is, can we add a loop cut here? I believe, Jason, what were you saying? You don't need an edge loop. You can use connect edges to add one line. Really? Oh my word. Brilliant. Dude, thank you. But I will say, I do know that I need an edge loop here. Thank you so much, Jason. That really helps a lot. And then we can bring this over and just press shift and then pull over. There we go. But like you're saying, you know, maybe we can just create a little, what was it called again? You said it was, I forgot how to do it. Use connect edges to add one line. Oh yeah, you grab the 2 edges, that's right. So you just add one line. But doesn't that create some weird like n-gons or whatever? I think it might. So I'm going to create a edge loop here. I think it might. And then we'll just do this. Look at that. Nice and clean, huh? All right. I love when things are nice and clean. And hey, we could probably just bring it all the way over here. We are getting some weird issues there. I believe we need to position that properly. I don't think it's positioned properly, so we need to nudge this over by 1. There we go. Okay, let's make sure we save. And we'll put some railings on this, right? But overall, we are making progress, guys. Same thing over here, guys, right? So if I select this edge here and then I create an edge loop, there it is. Not the prettiest edge loop, is it? So I believe what we need to do, can we just split these? Can we do connect edges? Nope. So how do I make a cut there? That's the question. Because this is bothering me. I wonder if what I can do is connect these 2 first. Can I just connect these? Let's see here. Connect vertices. It won't connect them. Isn't that strange? Does anybody know how to connect those 2 vertices or to like create a cut or something? So we could actually probably do cut tool. There it is. And then this one cuts to that one maybe. That way we have this separate piece here. Let's make sure we don't have two vertices here. So what we're going to do is just weld those. Yep, they're good. We're good. Okay, so we have a nice little cut here, right? So that means, hopefully, that if we create an edge loop here, it'll be a cleaner edge loop. Let's see here. Insert edge loop. Nope. Okay, we're going to figure it out. But all in all, guys, you know, I don't think it matters. I'm going to keep this one nice and clean over here. And I'm just going to extrude this one over, okay? That's really all we need to do. Just this. And then we'll create an edge loop right here. And, you know, it's not, I would not even call this a modeling tool. This is a level design tool. It's not even close to a modeling tool. So nice and clean here. Is it nice and lined up, though? I think it is. Yep. All right, you guys want to take a look and just see how everything's turning out so far? Let's go ahead and hit play. I don't want to use subdivide. You might be right, though. I don't really want to use subdivide. Because I don't want to subdivide a ton of stuff if I don't have to, you know. All right, very good. This is such a cool looking level already. The Shining's Overlook Hotel is definitely an inspiration, for sure. Okay. I'm going to open up Discord. I think Felipe is back in the office. And so we're going to check with Felipe, make sure he's not waiting on me. Because he's going to get started doing this. And if he's going to be set dressing and stuff, then he can go ahead and start doing some edits as well to this mesh. Are you starting the level design yet? Or are you working on the elevators? He's making some elevators, which are really cool. Okay, guys, let's keep moving. Something I've noticed that isn't like my favorite thing ever is how flat the floor is, okay? So one thing that we can do here is actually lower the floor by 1 unit, okay? Now you'll see if we go to our level design here, that actually was supposed to be the case right here, okay? So my inclination here was correct, which is the floor is just too flat. I want to force the player to jump. And so what we're going to do is, I believe right here, maybe a cut right there. Okay, so we're going to pull this up just for now so we can isolate it. And I'm going to see if I can put a cut right there. We'll see. All right, so he's working on the elevator right now. So that's good. All right, let's try and create a loop cut here. Maybe a cut right through these. Let's just give it a shot. Create a loop cut here. Yeah, that's not gonna work. I really want to extrude this down. Maybe what we could do, this is an interesting idea. Maybe what we could do is take this. I'm just gonna try it out. And scale it down, create some kind of inset here, and we'll make it perfect. And then go down 1. I wonder what it would look like. Just down by 4. Like that, you know? We could try this and just see what we get. I just want some variation in the floor. Let's put it back at 0. Probably need to be lower than that. No, 0 is good. So it's something like this, you know? Well, actually, where am I? I'm confused. Yeah, that would be cool. I think we definitely need that there. That lip. Okay, I think I got it. I think I figured it out. So how we're going to create a lip here is kind of interesting. So what we're going to do, go back down. Okay. And I think what we're going to do here, got to be just sort of, you can hold shift and do it like this. That's the theory, guys. That's the theory. All right, let's bring him up and see what we got. Is that the second floor? No, it's okay, it's the full thing. All right, so let's bring him up. So now we have this ugly, ugly shape right there, okay? I think we might be able to fix that. So we shall see. My theory is we can merge these together. Okay, those are connected, good. And you could even do this. You could be like, okay, let's just weld those together. Or, I'm sorry, collapse them. And then collapse these. Nice and clean, right? And then put them in a nice, even position. That way we can drop these faces down, okay? So we'll take this face here. I don't want to be able to select hidden, so we're going to turn that off. So now we can only select these, okay? So what we can do here is pull these down by a full 1 unit size, okay? Now it looks like we have some issues here. Yep, okay. So that's good to know. We have some weird issues right here. Because if I take this and do that, we definitely don't want to be able to do this. Okay, that's good. What about this one here? Is it disconnected? Okay, it is disconnected. Okay, so we need to solve that. And it's like connected over here. What's going on over there? Ah, we don't want that, do we? Okay, so maybe we could take these, collapse them. We could take these, collapse them. And then we could take these, we could collapse them. And actually, maybe these. Bring this over here, and then over here. What am I doing? Okay, so we got some issues here. All right, good, good, good. Now I know what's going on. This one needs to be welded with this one, I believe. Yes, there we go. Bing, solved. Okay, you don't ever want disconnected vertices. We have one here as well. See that? We definitely don't want that. So my theory is we can actually collapse these down. This one, you know, that's just weird. There we go. Okay, okay, there we go. And then we could bring this one down, and actually this one, yeah, it's not the best. This is where you get lost. It's like a Rubik's Cube. Collapse, bring it down, there we go. So that's an issue right there. This right here, that's a problem. It's officially a problem. Yeah, we don't want that. So that explains some issues. Yeah. Yeah, in Blender it's so much faster, but it's easier once you get the level laid out. My theory is it's a lot easier to lay out your textures and your materials and your framing and make changes. So that's the theory. That's the theory, at least. Man, that looks like we're going to have to collapse these down and figure out a way to create a cut there, you know? I don't know. It looks like we're back to sort of square one here. Back to square one. Although we do have a cut here now. That's good, I guess. I think, honestly, that actually is going to work for us. So what I wanted to do is take this and just... we'll bring this whole object down. There we go. Nice at 0 position. Good. I think it's a little too low, so we'll just pop it right back up by 1. There we go. Yes, good. And that's still there. That's good. Okay. So now what we're going to do is select this face here and just knock it down by a full unit size. Is that correct? I think it is. Good. Okay. Okay. I think what we should do. All right. I've got it. I figured it out. It's right here. There we go. So just this we're going to bring down by 1. Just 1 unit size. Okay. There we go. All right. Pop him back down. Okay. There we go. These guys we can bring over by 1. Or just fill it in or something, or merge them, or I don't know. Maybe create a loop cut there. But yeah. So if I hit play, let's take a look at how everything looks. Yeah. Drop this down by -15. Maybe -16. Hit play and take a look. So that's down a little too much. Want the player to be able to jump up 1. Okay. I can double jump up, but we don't have double jump yet. This is going to need to be sort of a wall piece. Right there. So what we're going to do is just take this little face here. And we're just going to do control. Actually, let's just go down by 1. Okay, so that's just 4. Good, good, good. Maybe we could put stairs on this side and that side, you know. But overall, that's great here. We need to be able to cut this though. That's the thing. I need to be able to cut that. I wonder if what I could do is what Jason was saying, which is connect these edges here, and then pull that there, and then now I can extrude. Well, I'll need to connect these edges here too, though. Yeah, I don't know. This causes problems, I feel like. Not necessarily, I guess. If I were to do this, though, it would. Nope, we're good. Okay, it's still connected. All right. Okay. Can we connect these vertices? You can. Good. Okay. And then these down here. This one and then this one. Can we connect these? Good. Okay. So now we can extrude this down. Just a shift and then extrude down. There we go. All right. Thank you, Jason, for teaching me that. Jason always has a cool trick to teach. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to Jason's channel, be sure to check that out. Jason's Story, S-T-O-R-E-Y. Okay, we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to take this face here, or this edge, and we're going to connect these edges. We could even probably connect these edges here below. Now let's just connect these. Good. Bring it over. Good. And then this one. That's going out a little too far, or is it? No, I think it's okay. Anyway, these vertices we're going to connect. Ah, yes, we have an issue. Okay. So we need to connect this vertice, or this edge here. Why can't I select you? I would say it maybe just do a loop cut. Let's go back in time. Okay. What will happen if we create a loop cut here? Good. Okay. So not terrible. It's not a terrible loop cut. We just got to get it nice and lined up properly. And then this one over here, same thing. Just pull over. And now we can select that whole loop cut and pull it over by one. There we go. And then we'll do an extrusion down here. Awesome. Make sure we save here. Let's hit play and take a look. Yeah, we're not using HDRP. We're not trying to make like a AAA game. We're trying to make like an indie game, but it's still pretty, right? Okay, great. So this is sort of like the mini foyer. You'll go up the stairs, or you can just jump, and then there's this beautiful like foyer area with pillars and couches. Maybe we'll even put a fireplace here or something. And then you can go up here and then go to the front desk where the elevator is. All right. So far, pretty sweet. I'm really liking it. Now, obviously, guys, you know, if you want to be clever, you can definitely inset the ceiling and then just sort of keep going up. I'm a big fan of insetting ceilings. But we're not going to do that right now. We just need to get this part set up right here. Okay. So this over here, we need to get it set up. So this is sort of a hallway section. It's going to feel a little bit like The Shining, right? And I'm going to go ahead and create a new poly shape. I believe, what we're going to need to do with this poly shape is end it here. Come on, Thomas. End it right here. Yeah, there we go. We can just go all the way around, I think. That's fine. This will be its own little room here. No, might as well just do the hall. Just do the hall. Because I like to keep things as separated as possible. There we go. Okay. Flip normals. And we're going to do 16 high. Now, I believe we have an issue here. Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, let's go back in time. What I'm going to do, almost there, guys. Almost there. I'm going to start here, go all the way around. Yep. This is all we want to do right here. There we go. And then we're going to flip the normals. We're going to extrude by 16. Okay, and that's it. Call that a day. Pull that up here, exit isometric mode, and now we have this beautiful little area where there's going to be a front desk, right, an elevator, and a door over here and a door over here. Okay. What we need to do, though, is at least connect these edges here using what we just learned from Jason's story, which is connect the edges. Where is it though? I just selected the edge. There they go. Connect edges. Good. And now we can cut out the edges. Let's see here. That would be cool. One over here. And then we'll connect these two as well, right? Connect edges. Good. And we'll pull one over here. That way we can what? Delete this face. Gone. All right. So we have this beautiful hallway now connected. And I wonder, no, we can have a little railing over here. That'd be cool. Like a little railing here with a big pillar right there maybe. I think that might be pretty cool. But right here, yeah, there will be a railing sort of covering that side here. And then you'll be able to walk. And then right here, there'll be a door. And then you go down that way. Okay. All right, guys. I think what I want to do now is just make sure that we create, we'll actually punch out this face here. There we go. I want to be able to create this side over here as well. Okay. This is great. I'm really, really grateful that you guys showed up during this stream. It's sort of a cozy, slow process of making this this map here. But I'm having a good time, honestly. One there. What? Come on, Unity. What's going on? I'm going to hide this really quick. We create a new poly shape. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, make sure. Thomas, you want to make sure anytime there's a door, just go ahead and put the vertice there, like this, see? But look, we always get this issue here. I wonder why that is. Huh. Okay, we'll do it in a different way. I'll show you. New poly shape, boom, boom. We'll do one here. Look at that, it won't let me do it anymore. That's crazy. Gotta love it. New poly shape. I can't even add it now. It's like we're inside of a shape or something. I don't know. What's that? Dude, I'm confused. I'm gonna close out a Pro Builder really quick. See what's going on here. Okay, we have all of our shapes. Okay, we need to turn that one on. Okay, good. So we have an issue where the poly shape is not being drawn, and I couldn't tell you why. Let's disable this. Okay, scroll back down. Try again. Window. Pro Builder window. New poly shape. Same thing. I wonder what that is. Isn't that weird? New poly shape. Got to do it this way, I guess. Don't worry, we can just drag them. Like for example, these, you can just collapse the vertices. There we go, and that solves the problem. You know, sometimes Pro Builder will do that, and maybe I'm just an idiot. It'll just like randomly not work, and so you kind of have to go in there and figure it out, you know. Okay, so that's going to be let's edit the poly shape and make sure we extrude by 16 and then flip the normals. I know our doorways are 8 units high. So what I want to do is connect these two vertices here, or these edges here. We connect these, connect edges. I'm going to delete the face. I'm going to let Felipe kind of think through what he wants to do here, because he's the one creating all the architecture. So I want to make sure he has the option to maybe just put in a wall that's 3D right here. I think that might be cool. As opposed to trying to figure it out with Pro Builder, because the window is only going to be this big here, or the door. So we're going to delete that face. Okay. Where did I disabled it. Okay, let's double check. Good. Okay, so it's seamless. We have an issue here. Yes, we just need to raise it up. There we go. That face is back, and I don't know why. So we'll delete that face. I don't know why it's back, but it's back. Look, we lost all of our information. That sucks. Okay, whatever. So we just select the... Look at that. No, we're okay. We're okay. So we just take these. That's crazy. I can't select it. Oh my word. I'm going to disable this. It's a real pain in the butt sometimes. Select that. Now we can hopefully select our... Why? Come on. There we go. There we go. All right, let's connect those faces. Or edges. And that one will go here. All the way over here. Yeah. And then connect this face over here. Or edge, connect the edge over here. And pull it over here, just like this. Actually, I don't even think I need that. I don't need that one. So now we can just delete this face here, which we already did. I don't know why, but there we go. Delete the face, and now we can turn back on our poly shape, and that's our foyer. Okay. We definitely need to extrude this down, right? Well, actually, I don't know. Can I see through that? Yeah, I can see through that. So I wonder what we need to do here. We need to have some kind of face here. We could probably just extrude this up. And then we need to invert that face. Invert. Can you invert? Flip face normals. There we go. So that way it's flat now. See? But we also don't need, we don't need this. We don't need this. Well, no. Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that. Yeah, we don't need all of this. This whole edge ring, we don't need. Yeah, okay. Unless I'm missing something here. I am. Darn it. Let's go back in time. We need I could detach this face. I wonder if you can merge faces together. You can. But I'm not sure you can do it with two separate objects. But let's go back in time. Okay. Unfortunately, we need... Can we fill this? Yeah, I think we can. We need this. But I don't know if we can fill this in. Fill hole. Did it fill? It did. Thank you, Lord. Okay. So what we need to do here, guys, is we actually need to take these edges here, this edge and this edge. We need to connect them and then go up to the top and then down by 4. And then we punch out this one here. There we go. There we go. So hopefully, and then we can also punch this out. And it takes us into this hall here. Okay. I don't know what that is though. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. We take this over here and just move it over. There we go. Okay. And then we'll also punch this hole out here because that's going to be a doorway. So we could punch that out, delete face, and then punch this out here, delete face. All right. So now the hallway wraps around perfectly, nice and clean. Good. All right. The level design is coming together. It looks like we have an issue over there. Did we not solve you? You mother effer. I thought I solved you. Oh, that's so frustrating. I thought the problem was solved. Okay. Well, let's fix that again. I probably went back in time too much. So let's create an edge loop here. There we go. And we just move this over to right here, see? And then this one over here, same thing. That way we can extrude this down cleanly. Nice and clean, right guys? Just extrude her down. So now she's filled in. There we go. Okie dokie. We got ourselves a foyer. We've got ourselves a hallway, right? And then we're going to create a little dance area, a dance hall right there, okay? So we are making progress for sure. All righty. That's looking good, guys. Looking good. I'm going to go ahead and just because I'm curious, I'm going to select all these faces and I'm going to start just throwing some materials on the face. Why not? You know, we could do carpet. For some reason, I love the idea of an entire room just filled with carpet. The whole thing is just red carpet. It's something that's just really haunting about that. So we'll do red carpet walls, red carpet. And by the way, if you want it to look right, you just go to, if you want the UV to be proper, in our case, we're using a unit size of 4. So it just perfectly unwraps on the wall. See that? And this is why we're using Pro Builder as opposed to like Blender. It's a lot easier to just edit in real time all of your materials. And that's what I think, at least. I would much rather use Pro Builder despite its learning curve, and I'm still in that learning curve. This guy, why don't we do just some very clean marble, okay? Just throw some marble on there. By the way, those of you just joining us, just remember that full-time game dev is currently 50% off. This does support the channel when you guys join the program, but more importantly, it does support your future. And by the way, if you're a student, let us know what you think about the program in the chat, and I'll say hello to you. How do you do that? Jason Story says, by the way, if you click the Pro Builder Material window tool icon, what? The Pro Builder Material window. Material editor. Ooh, look at that. Look at Jason. Always giving me the tricks and the tips. Oh my goodness. So we have all these cool little tricks here. Alt 1, Alt 2, Alt 3, Alt 4, Alt 5. That's awesome. Sweet. Material editor. I like it. Awesome. Thank you, Jason. Can we give a round of applause to Jason? So look, we have like this golden brick here. That's awesome. Let's go ahead and make this like tile or something. Select all. And then we'll just do tile. Material stone tile. Just because, guys, I'm getting bored. So that's about all I want to do here. Okay, and then this one over here. I think it's fine for now. So I just want to hit play just to get an idea of the world coming together. I like to see progress. It's coming together. I'm telling you, man. It's amazing what color will do. Across, boom. Good. Awesome blossom. I'm really liking it. So this is a good scale for a first level, I think. It's a pretty good scale. You don't want that first level to be too big. You want it to feel cozy, okay? By the way, guys, one of the things that if you're just joining me, you might not realize, you don't just start making a game. You can with like 2D games, small indies, or if you're making like an exploring game where it's just like you're first person and you just explore a beautiful terrain. But with this kind of game that's, I guess, focused on gameplay, there's a huge process of getting everything ready to go. So just keep that in mind. It can take you a long time before you've gotten to a point where you're ready to start actually building out your level. Essentially, kind of what we've done is we've basically built a level editor for ourselves where we understand the process, we have the proper prefabs that fit within the confines of all of the sizes of the Pro Builder meshes, right? Okay, let's connect these... Let's connect this edge here and this edge here. So we're going to just go to connect edges. Ding! And then these two. Ding! And we'll bring that over here. This one we can actually bring up. I don't really want to do it that way, so let's connect these edges here. And then we'll bring you down to about right here. So that means that this face right here, we should be able to punch this face out, and now we can get to this hall here. See? Beautifully done, Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. Beautifully done. Yeah, I'll say this. Somebody, this is going to sound pretentious, but Smash Button Game says, or no, Wolf Love says, Thomas, you're saying this is cozy, but it's not. It's scary. And I guess for me, I've been, again, this sounds pretentious, but I've been consuming horror content for so long that I'm definitely like more cozied up to the idea of a dark, empty, like hotel. It just gives me like butterflies because I'm so dark. No, I mean, I think it's just, I don't know. I just feel comfortable in that environment. I am such a weird, dark person. Nobody understands me. I'm kidding, by the way. Okay, let's kill this guy here, and let's go ahead and make this section here. And you know what? Hey, we need to push these down. All right. So this right here, this is going to be a stairwell. Okay. So this edge here and this edge here, we need to connect them. Man, Jason, had you not told me about this connect edge thing, I would have been really struggling. So thank you so much to Jason. He's always really helpful. So we can connect these here and connect these here. Look at that. So now we can shift that down. The stairwell will start. I think what it needs to do is this shifts up or down. This right here is going to shift down. But we need it. Let's grab a stairwell really quick. So this stair here, let's bring in a new one and just put it right here. It looks like it's going to be a size of two stairs, which is fine. Rotate that and then bring it over here. Does anybody else sort of understand what I'm saying though when I say like an empty hotel is cozy? It's just cozy. Hey, that's going to work great. All right, so we're actually going to knock this down. Actually, we could even do this, guys. We could do 1 unit size over and then it knocks down, or we could even do that. I actually like that. Yeah. So watch this. So we can connect these edges here. Can we do 4 edges combined? Oh, looks like we need to connect these. No. What am I doing here? Yeah. We need to connect these. So we'll do another connection. And then bring it over here. Bang. There we go. And then we could probably create a loop cut here. That's the theory. So let's try that. Insert edge loop. Nope, we can't. It's just confused, I think, because we did so many weird stuff. Okay, that's an issue. So we need to weld those vertices. So what I like to do is select all of my vertices, Control A, and just click weld, and it should solve the problem. So now if I select this, this vertex here and move it over, it's no longer disconnected, right? That's hopefully going to allow us to create an edge loop. I have my doubts though. There we go. All right, one there. And then one here. Insert edge loop, one here. See that? So now we can shift this down, right? And put those stairs in. But let's go ahead and do it over here as well, okay? So I like to put my stairs in first. I'm gonna make sure I save everything. Jason's story. Thomas, another fun tip if you want doors and windows. If you select a face, hold shift and scale tool inwards, it makes a box of verts. You can then nudge the verts to the ground and delete the faces. Thank you, Jason's story. Jason's always giving them tips. Free tips. Appreciate it, buddy. I really like Jason. He's a good man. Paste. Very, very good. So now all we got to do, watch this, is create, watch. See, we're learning from Jason. We take this and we just connect these. I have a feeling I'm going to use connect edges a lot, which is Alt-E. So Alt-E, 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 whoops, and then Alt-E, and then Alt-E, whoops. Oh, look, sometimes it doesn't work. That's because we need to select all of our vertices and then collapse them. Or weld them. That way we don't have any weird issues here. That's the theory, at least. We'll see. Alt-E. Nope. Nope. So what's going on here? That's fine. What's going on here? That's fine. So why can't I do that? Alt-E. Son of a bee. Oh, it did. That's why. And then one more. Okay, guys. And then select all of our vertices and then just weld them, I believe. and we should be good. Good. Everything's welded cleanly. We got no sort of stray vertices, right? That's always good news. Okay, and now what we can do is create an edge loop. It's really, you can create 2 edge loops, which is interesting. We could do this. Oops, that didn't do it. We didn't create an edge loop. I think we need to select this one down here, maybe. Try that. Insert edge loop. Did it do it? No. Looks like we don't have a face over there. Why don't we have a face there? Oh no, we don't have a face. Guys, I hope this hole fills. Thank you, Lord. Okay, sometimes the hole doesn't fill, and it's a real pain in the butt. All right, let's create an edge loop here. I think I just select one of them and create an edge loop. Yep, there it is. All right, guys. You need an edge loop if you're going to be creating these kind of declines in our stairwell. Okay, so now watch this. If we go to, this is so great. I love doing this. You can just create so much variability with your level. Now all I got to do, take these, right? Now let's make sure we have select hidden turned on. Now we can select all of them. And then go to the side view here. And then just knock it down by 4. Yep, full 4 units. And now we can just select the stairs. This is so beautiful. Watch. Let's do these for now. Oh, super snug, right? Snuggalicious. Hold V, pop it down, and we'll delete those faces, right? So you just take the faces, that face there, and just destroy it. It's gone. Oh my word, how snug. Look at that. I can't wait to explore this world. I just love making games. I love making games. I just was talking to my wife about it before bed last night. She was like, most people don't really enjoy their jobs, Thomas. And I said, I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with this job. I think I'm the luckiest person I know. I get to play God all day, and I get to hang out with you guys, which is really cool. I just want to be able to delete that face. If I can't delete this face, I'm going to be unhappy. It really is the best job on the planet Earth. I love this job. It's so cool. And I get to teach you guys too, which is always fun. Let's go ahead and create an edge loop here. If I could just freaking select the edge. I'm going to hit play really quick. What enemies are we going to have in Father? We're going to have a lot of cool enemies in Father. Look how cool this is turning out, guys. Creepy Hall, here we come. Ooh, it goes down. Uh-oh. We need a position. It's the stairs. It's nothing crazy. We're okay. Horrifying hallway. But guys, guess what? Oh, Thomas, it's too flat. Well, don't worry. We'll make it more interesting. We'll add some interest. How fun! I'm having so much fun. I love this. So if I go to, this edge here, I want to be able to create an edge loop here. I love what I do. It's so fun. It's like once 5 o'clock comes around, 5:30, and I know that I've got to end my day, it's kind of depressing. I know I'm excited to see my family, but it's like, man, you know, I wish I could, well, I honestly wish I could just keep working forever. But this freaking face, I just want the edge. Please, Lord, can you help me select this edge? I just want to select the edge. I just want to select the edge. Jason, you got any ideas, buddy? It gets pretty annoying sometimes when you can't select the edge. I mean, how am I supposed to live my life if I can't? What's wrong? Is it because, oh, it's because stupid, hold on. I think I got it. There's like a selection issue going on. What in the world? Select hidden off. Okay. There we go. So it needed to be select hidden was turned off, I believe. No. Whatever. Let's create a new edge loop here. Not sure what happened, but okay. Let's create an edge loop and see what we get. Okay, it didn't work, of course. I will say there should be vertices here, but there's not. Crap. Things are getting ugly, guys. I can't select certain face edges. Zoom out. Is that what we have to do, is just zoom out? Okay. You're right. I'm so sorry. I'm not sure why that's the case, but okay. It means a lot that you would help me. Thank you. All right, let's create a little loop cut here. Now the ceiling, I believe we don't have one. So we'll need to do one here. Can we insert an edge loop here? This is getting ugly. Man, frustrating. Insert edge loop here. So nasty. What in the world? Let's just connect these. Okay, there we go. Ugh. Oh, man, that was not fun. I get frustrated when an edge loop isn't cleanly being created. And of course, you know, I don't know exactly why. That might not be working, but it's fine. This right here, same thing. We're going to do connect edges, and then we're going to pull that over. See, this should have just been as easy as an edge loop. I just don't know why. Maybe you guys do know why. But now we have this clean here. We're going to weld these together, weld those together. Welding just makes it so that there's not two of them on top of each other. And sadly, we're going to need to do, I mean, what we could do is just make it so that this and this have a connection. So connect edges, there we go. Yeah, this will probably be an easier way to do it. And then the same is true with these guys here. And we'll weld these in just a second. Connect those edges here. And then that way we can have like a nice clean, probably should have made this with an extrusion here. But one more loop will be good here. And so that this is its own separate corner. That way we're not, what I'm trying to do is create a sort of dip down right here. We could even create one right here as well. I'm just trying to create some variation here. The same is true with this here. This one and then this one. Looks like we got an issue here. Hold on. There we go. We're going to connect these as well. What was it? It was Alt E? Yeah. Okay, and it deleted something, which sucks. Can we create an edge loop? Will that work? Let's try it. Edge loop. Nope. Let's select all of our vertices and weld them, and then try again. There we go, and we'll just put it right there. Awesome. Okay. So we just had an issue where the mesh was a little confused. We'll weld those vertices together here. This one over here, same sort of thing. Watch this. I can actually take this. Yeah, this is going to be a super clean way to do it. I could take all these vertices here and then move them over right there. Okay. Select all of our vertices and then weld the vertices together. That way we can create a bunch of edge loops within the context of this hall. Okay. I actually have a theory that it might be cool if the hall sort of angles itself. So I'm going to create two edge loops. Insert one here and then one here. Okay, one here. We actually need four. And then one here. Insert edge loop. So this is me just getting a little bit more creative than maybe my map was. Okay. To try and make things a little bit more unique. Let's check Discord, make sure Felipe's doing well. Felipe's working on some of the elevator assets right now. Okay, very, very good. Yes, I just got a really cool message. About my horror movie, where my horror movie is dropping soon, and I'm gonna partner up with the studio to release it, so that's great. Good news from Discord, yay! Finally get to release that horror movie. Okay, so Felipe's doing well. He's still working on the elevators, so we're good to go here. So we need to have a sort of cool angle here, right? So I can actually make sure select hidden is turned on, and I can actually do this. So we're going to create some cool kind of angle here. We want it to be even though, nice and clean. Or we could do a drop down, right? So I'm actually of the opinion that we want to do something like this, right? And that makes me wonder, why not have the key zone, this room here, why not have it right here? And then you go, right? And then the door is locked up here, okay? So that's actually something to consider here. Remember, we want to make sure we're going down by the right unit size for our stairs. And I think we may have gone down by 2, and we don't want that. We just want to go down by 1. But we also, why not just scale these like that, right? Or a better way to put it is, take these and pop them over like that. Just enough room for the stairs, and pop it over like that for the stairs. Okay, let's hit play. I could be wrong here, but I may actually want it to be just drop downs. Something about that spooks me out, where it's like just a drop down. It's a ledge in the middle of a hotel. I told Felipe, I said, I'm curious what it would look like if 70% of the hotel was realistic, and then 30% was just what? Why is there a drop here all of a sudden, you know? But look how freaking spooky this is. I will love it. I'm having too much fun here. Okay. Looks like we have some weird lighting. Hopefully that'll fix itself with the bake. Probably not. Yeah, I'm gonna have this drop down. I'm just gonna drop it. That would be super duper cool. And especially when you add like intentional framing, like you have a framing device like wood or something, and then little pillars, it's like, what is this hotel? What kind of hotel just drops down? And the answer is a playful hotel, a hotel that's a game show, right? And that's what we're making. So let's make it drop down. And this is going to be pretty straightforward, actually. I'm just going to take these and just push them over. There we go. So we have a nice clean drop down, right? And I hope we're not getting weird like interferences with our... We might be. I mean, we could certainly just select all these and weld the vertices, and hopefully we won't see some issues with the face. Good. Good. Okay, guys. Really cool. That's going to be spooky, spooky, spooky in there, especially with the drop down. I hope, I really do, I hope that you guys kind of understand why... I'm going to hit play again and just sprint over there. Having strange, just really strange architecture on top of 70% of it being normal is really disorienting. It's kind of like, it's like a David Lynch approach to game design, where it's like, oh, wait, what? Okay. And it's like this beautiful, like even the carpet goes down along it with some really pretty framing. It's like, what? I love that. I love keeping things very strange, but it also allows the player to continually stay focused in even just little things like jumping. It's like, oh, I should jump, you know, so that they're not constantly just walking, right? I know that sounds weird, and I could show you sort of my thought process here, where you just say, you know what, this is all going to be carpet. Whoa. Let me be able to select hidden. Let's just make all this carpet so you guys can kind of get an idea of what I'm going for here. I'm going to make this carpet, and this will help me to get a good idea of what I want this level to look like. But if I just drag in our carpet here, I want the Art Deco carpet, that right there. And then we go to our UV editor, set it to 4. And then we can select hopefully we can select a sort of loop here. This face ring, maybe. Okay, maybe select this one as well. Is that a face ring? No, what about a face loop? No. So we'll go ahead and just select everything here. Let's make sure we turn off select hidden. All right, there we go. And then down here, whoops, let's select this one here. Kind of a pain, but let's just get the wallpaper selected here. And then we can drag in some creepy yellow wallpaper, all right? So let's go ahead and do that. And hey, why not put some there as well? Right there, and then one right here. And there's a hallway that I grew up in. I didn't grow up in this hallway, but I was at my church growing up, and it looked exactly like this. It didn't have the drop down, but it was this loop that went around the back of the church, and it was so scary. And so I'm really having a good time just setting this up. So let's go to our wallpaper. We're gonna type in wallpaper. And then we're gonna do Art Deco green. Can we do yellow? Let's do yellow. All right, so we have some issues here. See that? We're also gonna do, I like that ugly one. Yeah, I like that one better, which is fine. What we can do here is duplicate this. This is gonna be Art Deco no shine. And turn that off, that metallic. And then we can drag that one in. There we go. So we can select all these, and I would argue actually the yellow Art Deco, I'm gonna make this yellow Art Deco no shine. This is a PSD, guys, so I can open up this PSD here and quickly just make it like, you know what? We don't want these lines to be very clear, very subtle. We want this to be a dirty hall. It's fancy in the front, in the foyer, but then you wrap around this hall and it turns kind of ugly. So I'm gonna go to select, so this is weird. I'll show you how to fix that. But let's select by material. There we go. Then we're going to go to our UV editor. And all I got to do is click convert to manual and then convert to auto again. And it should fix all that. We're going to set the tiling to 4. We're going to set the rotation to 0. Boom. All fixed, right? That's why I love Pro Builder. It's so fast. It's so fast getting everything set up properly. Look how pretty this is in all the wrong ways. I just love it. Definitely reminds me of the Overlook Hotel in The Shining, which is exactly what we wanted. Let's select these and just drag that material in. That's the no shine material, right? We're going to make sure we set it to 4. And in fact, I am curious if I selected the right one for the other walls. But we're going to select UV editor here, set it to 4. But guys, look, we've been live streaming for 2 hours, and we've already got the core, at least 70% of the foundation of the level done. It is tedious, but I would say we've done a pretty good job here. I think we have. That looks good. Is it the right material though? That's no shine. Set it to no shine. What about this one here? Select by material. We're just going to drag it in just to make sure. All right, yeah, it looks like, okay, it's a different material, which is great. So this is super duper shiny. So we're going to go to the no shine and we're going to just drop down the smoothness so it's flat, okay? Nothing too special here. Hey, why don't we just go ahead and take this light here? I'm not blowing smoke here. This level is going to look so cool in about a week. Give it a week, it's going to be like, whoa. Because we have all of our assets designed. We understand Pro Builder now. I say we because it's me and my team. So it's not going to take much. Look at this. It's not going to take much. This is so creepy. It's not going to take much to get this thing done, this level done. We have all of the assets made. Frickin' The Shining, man. I love this, like having lights in the corner here, and then you look down and you just see bleak black. Like, that is freaking awesome. Maybe give us a little bit of light in this corner here. Yeah. And then like that. And obviously, guys, when you place your lights, it's gonna be prefabs and stuff. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I was saying with. I was talking about this with Felipe, actually. Is like, you can make your level look so good by just creating intentional light sources. This one will be pretty dim. And watch, I mean, this isn't that crazy. So these are all baked. If I go to lighting here, and if I just make sure all of my Pro Builder poly shapes are static, if I make them all static, and then this shape here, what are these? Yeah, those are crap. Delete those. If we make sure they're all static, and then you set your lighting, watch this. If you set your lighting in terms of baking, when you set it to a texel count that's really low, like 2, and then you turn on auto generate, it's going to automatically generate the baked lighting really fast. Knock on wood, we'll see. Jason says, yeah, which I thought I would have loved. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Whatever, Jason. You don't have to talk to me all the time. It's fine. I don't care. It's not a big deal. Shh, chill. So it looks like our generating lighting is taking forever, which is hilarious. It's doing it, though. There we go. It's happening. It's happening. Let it go. Let it go. Here, I'll move my face. You can see it down there. It's doing its thing. There we go. Okay, it's auto-generated. It's a little bit different than what I would like, but that's okay. But overall, this is kind of the feeling we're going for, guys. What does it feel like? Who knows what this looks like? Somebody tell me. It starts with a B. What does this look like? What does this look like? It starts with a B. Yep. Tad, good job. That's right. All right, let's fill this in. Let's turn off our lighting. I just wanted to show you that. We're going to clear all of our lighting. And then we're going to take this, because we're not seeing any issues with the real time right now, so might as well just not worry about it. We're going to make this into the carpet, right? Carpet. Just drag in that red carpet. Bing! Go to UV editor. Bing! Set it to 4, and let's go ahead and explore. You guys want to take a look? I'll turn the music up for you. So we can change that to be like a wallpaper, which that is a wallpaper, but we can change it out to be a different wallpaper. Look how spooky. I'm telling you guys, this game is going to be awesome. Definitely feels like The Shining. Look at that. I'm having a blast. Look how weird that is. I love stuff like that. We'll obviously clean it up, but I love the idea of just having the floor just drop down for no reason. It's like, it's not made for the elderly or the handicapped or anything. This hotel doesn't give a crap who you are, because this hotel is brutal. That's the hotel is supposed to be brutal. All right. Really cool. Really, really cool. So I'm thinking, you know, we'll definitely need some big old pillars here flanking this. And we have a couple, you know, just so I can show you. Like, the process is like this. You start with your base mesh, and you separate it into rooms, and that's what we're doing. Very simplistic base mesh. And let me show you something. We can even turn on Occlusion Calling, okay? Occlusion Calling is going to call out certain areas if the camera doesn't see them, right? So like this here, it'll call that out if the camera doesn't see it, and that's great. It'll call out this chandelier if it doesn't see it, right? But what we could do you start with a base mesh, and then you start incorporating the actual assets that you've been creating, right? So in our case, we've got a huge pillar. It's a rounded pillar. There it is. Definitely got Willy Wonka vibes. This one's extra large. Exactly what we want. And, you know, if snapping's turned on, it'll snap nice in place here. And I can just place them on top of each other, right? And this is exactly what I want. Look how it just snaps perfectly in place. It's like playing The Sims, right? So you'd have a pillar here. You'd have a pillar here. This is just to give Felipe an idea of what I want, because he's going to do the set dressing. So you just do that, copy these guys. And look, you're like, well, that's not that big of a deal, Thomas. But it actually really is. It's a really big deal to be able to just put pillars into your scene, because you want to break up the verticality of it all, or the sort of horizontal nature of it all. But look how clean this is. You just select it, and then because the snapping's set up to work with the models, it's super clean. See? Look at that. So if I hit play here, you guys will probably hopefully see why this is so important to have models that work with your Pro Builder mesh. Well, none of the materials are set, by the way. Gunger. None of the materials are set. We need to duplicate that one more down, or create some sort of block that they're sitting on. But that, look at this. I mean, look how it's coming together, guys. Isn't that cool? This is why I love working with Felipe. He's very, very good at this. What a strange hotel. Daniel Barrow says, I'm about to start my first game ever. You are my inspiration, Thomas. Thank you. Notice how I only read the positive comments? I'm just kidding. I love that the ceiling is carpeted. It's such a funny thing. Yes. Thank you, Jason, for that tip. Yes, I did know. Jason says, Thomas, did you know? Did you know that? What's that from? Did you know that? Does anybody know? What is that from? Did you know that? So one of you said that you heard a dog. That's my doggy Jib. He's screaming at us, saying, hey, man, just want to let you know, the mailman's here. I'm really loving this. Well, we can delete these guys, or maybe what we can do is put them down and then drop the ceiling down one or something. I don't know. I mean, I think we do have a big old block. We do. Depends on what kind I want, though. We have like this one here, but we don't even need this for now. So these are all I really wanted to showcase here. You know what's really cool, by the way, guys, is you can take this and you can inset it. So I can show it to you really quick if you want. So what I could do is I could actually take this here and then this here, using Jason Story's skills, do a connect here. And then I could take this here, just this square, hold shift, and then scale it, right, like that. And then make it nice and center, you know, like that. And when you're in doubt, you know, you just connect it to the grid here. And now we can make this a tile floor. Does that make sense? And even move it up one here. Something I really like to do is actually do one more inset and then move it down by 0.5. So hold control and go down by 0.5. So go up to 0 and then control and then down by 0.5. Okay. But what that means is you want to make sure these here, you pull down, set it to 1, and then hold control. And we're going to do 0.25 and then 0.5. Okay. Same is true with this. Go full and then hold control and go down by 2. Give me just a sec here. Control, or there we go. and then 0.25 and 0.5. There we go. Same is true for these bottom ones here, guys. Watch. So you're just basically doing it in every axis. There's no like inset that ProBuilder offers. There's not like a mathematical inset, so you have to sort of do it manually. But it's not too bad once you figure it out. So let me show you how important this is, okay? If I were to pull that up here and then 1, 2, 1, 2, there we go. I could take these and just make sure they're down by, wait, we got an issue here. 1, 2. I think we're good here. Yeah, if I take this face here, guys, and then I just pull it up to the flat 0 and then hold control, I can go down by 2. So now we have this clean 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 decline. I would say maybe we could just do this. And now what we do is we just throw on a tile. Okay, so we have this marble floor right here. I don't know if I like that one. Why is it so dark? Oh, no, we're good. Okay. Yeah. Hey, watch this, by the way, guys. If you're ever curious as to why your scene just doesn't look right, throw in your freaking reflection probe. Okay? You've got to have a reflection probe, and you've got to bake that thing too. So I'm going to take my editor here. I'm going to zero, look, there it is right there. Just so we can see what this tile floor looks like. I just want to get an idea of how things are looking, guys. So it's really good, I think, to just at least see if you're on the right track. Okay, I'm going to click bake. Okay, it just baked our reflection probe for us. It's going to have to bake the lighting too. I don't know why that's doing that. I think it's trying to cast a shadow. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off all shadow casts from the ProBuilder meshes. Okay, so let's select all of our ProBuilder meshes. And I do not want a shadow being cast. No. And now let's try again. Generate lighting. Hopefully that'll fix our... And this also here, I don't think this guy needs to cast a shadow either. So we'll turn that off. And then go to lighting, force stop, cancel, generate lighting. So that'll generate our reflection probes. What the reflection probes do is they basically just tell the metallic and the smooth or the shiny materials what to reflect, because otherwise it's just going to try and reflect the screen, the skybox. And in my case, the skybox is bleak. It's like black, basically. It's super dark. So hopefully that reflection probe will bake here in just a sec, just so you guys can get an idea of what we're trying to go for with this scene here. Okay. So let's let that bake. You can see it baking down here. But obviously you don't want to do this like you don't want to do this now. This is not a good idea. But I just want to see what it looks like because I'm curious. And you know what they say about curiosity. So you just want to be a little bit careful. But let's let that bake. And remember, we're doing 2 texels, okay? So don't let this freak you out. You're like, what's a texel? What's this? What's that? Don't worry. Just know, look for the texel resolution when you're baking. And that's what you want to change to make it go faster, because otherwise baking takes forever. And also, if you have progressive updates turned on, this ticked here, it's going to actually bake what's in the viewport. Look, it's already reflecting. You can see it. So far, so good. Okay, guys, I told you we were going to do a little bit of a Q&A. So while this is baking, I'm just checking on Felipe. He sent me a message. Great. I'm live. About to push. I'm going to push this after after it's done baking. I don't know why it's taking forever to bake, honestly. But let's do a quick Q&A. So what I want to focus on for this Q&A, guys, is I want to focus on game development. I don't want to do weird stuff. I don't want to talk about my dog, not necessarily. So let's just talk, have a sort of chill chat about questions you have about game development and how to start a game studio. So if you have any questions at all, I would love to answer as best as I can here, okay? Man, that camera looks good. Jeez. Okay. What software do you use for version control? We're using GitHub, and we're using GitHub Desktop. And we're not doing any weird command line stuff. I don't know any of that. I'm just pushing and pulling. And we don't even do pull requests or anything. It's just like, we just push it, which is terrible. But that's how we're doing things. How did you make the camera lean when walking side to side? So I hired AJ, AJ's a friend of mine, to do the code base so that we had a very robust code base to work with. And that's called the yaw. So that's called the YAW, right? I believe that's what that is the yaw. And so we use Cinemachine, and what you do is you access the Cinemachine, and then you access the yaw variable, and you increase the yaw based on the lateral movement, right? So negative or positive, the yaw will change. It's that simple. So if I'm going really fast in the lateral, just move the yaw to the right or increase the yaw. That's about basically it. Thomas, what's the creepy music that was playing in a hotel lobby? So when you guys are making games and you don't have music, why not just create ambient music? And one of the best ways to create ambient music is to search for public domain music. So one of the reasons, one of my secrets as to why, the reason why I make period pieces, so like 1920s games, is because you can get a ton of vintage music with no copyright because the copyright expired. So I type in 1920s public domain, and then I just slap that in there, right? And you're not going to get sued because that person is probably dead, and their family doesn't even care because the copyright clearly, they clearly don't care because the copyright expired. How do I join a studio being very new to game development or having no prior game dev experience? Well, you're not going to be able to, okay, let me try and not be blunt. You're going to have a hard time joining a studio if you don't have experience. So you need to figure out that camera looks good. I don't know what I did today. The experience needs to be made on your own. So you need to be doing what I'm doing right now and sit in your cozy little office, turn on some cozy lighting, and get going and learn. Once you've learned and then you've made a few portfolio pieces, you can send those via email to people you want to work with or like Discord. So if you have a really cool trailer or you have a really good screenshot, people like me are going to be much more willing to work with you, especially if I'm having a really bad day and I'm feeling really sick like I am right now. I'm much more likely going to ignore your email if I don't see a portfolio. I don't care. And that's me in a fussy mood, and I'm fussy a lot. So I'm just like, pfft, and then I don't read it because there's no portfolio link. You've got to have a portfolio link. And I'm trying to be honest with you guys because I want you to succeed. Send your portfolio link, okay? Jerome Hughes says, I have been in the industry for 14 years, and Jerome says it's very hard to join with no experience. What's your process of creating game ideas and picking between them to fully pursue? Well, it's a real pain, and I gotta admit, I've gone through a really rough year. My year has been difficult because I can't quite find my footing, my confidence footing. I don't know why. It's just one of those years where my confidence level is usually here, and it's like there, and there's bottom. It's just almost cut in half this year. I think it's because I'm just creating a new game, a new style of game that I've never touched before. But what I'll say is try your best to take a break. So when you're working on a game idea and you're trying to figure out which one you need to pursue, take your time. Take your time. Now, if it's your first game, just get it done and put it out there because it's going to be crap. But if it's your second game, take your time. Maybe put one on hold. Try this one. See if it works. Send it to some people you trust. Send it to a publisher. Send it to your friends. Post Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter videos and get a response. And then you can pick which one you want to use because you're going to get, well, the first question is, are you passionate about it? Well, it's hard to know if you're passionate about it if you don't take a break, right? It's hard to know if you really, 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 really love your family or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your spouse if you don't maybe take a break and then see how it feels with the break. And if you miss them a lot, then you know, oh, this person's great, right? The same is true with your game. If you take a break and you miss it, that's the game for you. That's the personal side. The monetary or like the marketing side is, okay, what does a publisher say? What does my Instagram audience say? Does this one get more views? Does this video get more views? Like the video footage of the game. If that's the case, then you now have, if you've done those two things, you now have two options to weigh. The personal one, which is what do you love about your idea? Do you miss it when you aren't working on it? Because you really do want to miss it because you want to love making it. But you also want to say, okay, well, is it marketable? Because I don't want to make something that's not marketable because when I release it, it won't make any money and I'll just waste a lot of my time and then I'll be discouraged. So you got to make sure there's a sort of an equal balance of both marketability and you love it, right? Picking just one is probably it is a big risk. It doesn't mean it doesn't pay off, but it is a big risk. Okay. All right, guys, let's see here. When you are struggling to lay out outdoor environments, how do you see it in your head? Man, outdoor environments are tough. You think they're easy because you're like, I'll just paint on the terrain. But to make a game with terrain is tough. So I don't have any advice there. I'm sorry, guys. I got a cold today. I've had it for about a month. I had a week off, and then I got it again. If I'm making a game of the boy in the 1930s wandering through casinos trying to piece together a story. Oh, that's what you're doing. I'm making a game about a boy in a casino. That's cool. I think that's a great idea. I really like it. In a way, I want to steal it. I'm just kidding. Corey, you asked a question, and one of the viewers responded, said, that's in Thomas's course. It is in my course, but I'll tell you. And it's in one of the courses that's offered today that's free, part of the program. But I'll just tell you. You asked, how do you incentivize YouTubers to play your game? One of the core ways to do this, one of the key ways to do it, and this way I got Jacksepticeye to play my game and Game Grumps and even PewDiePie, even though I made a game for PewDiePie, the principles are the same, which is think about their content. Don't think about their heart. They're not going to be, well, they were nice to me, but they're not going to be nice to everybody, and they're probably not going to be nice to you. It's just luck of the draw. So instead of relying on their niceness, why don't you give them something to offer their audience? So you need to think like a YouTuber. What can I give Jacksepticeye to make him to want to play my game? Well, what are some ideas? Come up with some right now. Now that we have that fuel, what are some ideas? What can we do to make Jacksepticeye want to play our game? Let's come up with some ideas. What are some things that you can do right now to your demo? Let's say you want him to play a demo. What are some things you can do right now to get him to say, you know what? I'd really like to play that game. What is that? That was like an Indian accent, but it's not American, so I did kind of good, right? What are some incentives to play my game? As a wise man once said, put them in the game. Yes, that's right, Jason. And Jason is quoting me. Put them in the game, that's right. Give them an avatar. Let them play as a game by, going to the pause menu and pressing J 5 times. J, 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 J. J, 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 J. J, 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 J 5 times. And then the character's skin changes to be Jacksepticeye. He's going to want to play that. And what you do is in the email, you say, you're in my game. You're in my game. It's like the best subject line. You're in my game. Make it catch his eye with horror and scare the pants off him. Sure, but what if your game sucks? Or what if you don't know if your game is good, right? And most of us are in a situation right now where we don't know if our game is good. You just don't know. So, yes, you can say this is a very scary game, but how do you catch his attention so he answers the email? Incentivize them. Allow them to have voice acting in the game. Put their memes in the game. Put their voice in the game. Just pull it from videos and put it in the game. Make a version of the game that is for their channel. And it's much more likely that you're going to get them to play the game. Okay, that's what I would recommend. Now, I did want to let you guys know there's probably 2, 3, maybe 4 coupon codes left to join full-time game dev. I'm not sure if I'll be streaming next week, so I don't know if this sale event's going to be going on next week. So if you want to join the program, there are these coupon codes are probably going to sell out. So the seats available are going to sell out probably throughout the weekend. So if you want to join, you're going to get full-time game dev 50% off. But you're going to get these courses, which this is hundreds of dollars of courses, totally free, but just for this event. You also get a free bonus t-shirt. And you're going to learn 2D art. You're going to learn how to make a 3D game really fast. You're going to learn, again, those tactics to reaching out to streamers, which I've done. And this is what's funny, is a lot of people are like, why does Thomas feel like he has the right to tell us what to do with his courses? It's because I've done it. Like, this is my job. This is what I do. So I do this full time, and I know what I'm doing. I know how to secure 6 figures in funding from publishers and Kickstarter because I've done it twice. And I'm doing it right now. I know how to hit the Steam front page because I've done it twice. And this isn't with some gangbusters game. It's just a normal, mediocre game. I'll admit that. But I was able to hit the Steam front page. C# and Unity, all of that. And also art tutorials. Tons of art tutorials. And even pixel art tutorials. And workbooks and downloadable templates. It's a massive course. It's going to take you 2 months. I have 3,000 students. Tons of incredible reviews. So you guys can, I mean, if you're a student, let us know in the chat what you think about the program. I'm willing to risk and ask that. Hey, what do you guys think about the program? And see what you guys say. I'm 99.9% confident you guys love the program because it's a good program. It really is. And I wish I had taken something like this when I started my game career. So use that coupon code below. It does support this channel, obviously, and I'll give you a shout out in my next stream. But more importantly, it does support you. Thanks for watching, guys. This was super duper fun. And big shout out to Jason Story for helping with the Pro Builder sort of tricks and tips. That was super duper helpful. I'll talk to you guys later. Cheers. Get over here. Get down. Hey, thanks for watching. By the way, if you haven't downloaded that free 2D game kit below, click below. It's my treat to you. I used this game kit to make a game for PewDiePie in 14 days, and I actually got to play it with him in front of his audience, which was really cool. This game kit is totally free. It's my treat to you, and you can use it however you want. You can make a commercial game and make $1 million off this game kit. I don't care. Or you could just use it for a hobby project. It's my treat to you. And by the way, if you haven't clicked like, that would mean a ton to me. Hit subscribe. And also, this is important, hit that notification bell. Here's why. If you get notified of when I'm live, you can watch me make my next game and let me know in the chat what you think about the game or any ideas you have. And you might just show up. Your chat might just show up in the next video that I upload. All right. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I love you too.